there will never be the perfect time to take the most important decisions of your life. At least not for me, because I'm trying to control variables.
Vedi che lei si imbarazza più di me,
To be sure that everything will definitely be alright. But luckily, sometimes I realize life is wide.
Sembra la mamma di Vista.
It adjusts its size to allow for what you need to stay inside. I have friends that trust me to be around them in really important times. They took a step, and I don't think they knew much more than I do now. Every choice they made, they couldn't really know how it would turn out. And yet, thankfully, they are still around. I might as well consider myself ready. Just now. With this tutorial, I want to show you how, as a beginner, you can easily make your footage look cinematic in very few steps without having to purchase anything and using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. First, let's set our timeline's resolution corresponding to our footage's resolution. If you use Mac, let's also make sure your footage will look like it's meant to, as notoriously some shifts happen between DaVinci Resolve and other players like QuickTime. From the software's version 20.2.2, this has been fixed by selecting Rec 709 Scene as output color space. In our case, let's use DaVinci YRGB and again Rec 709 Scene as timeline color space. If you're using an older version, select instead Rec 709A. Again, this is meant for Mac users. Also, under General Preferences, make sure that the first, the second, the third options are toggled on. Time to color grade. Let's add 6 serial nodes by clicking Option S. In each node, we'll do a specific intervention. Let's start from the 5th. Here, we will apply a CST, a transformation of our footage from its original shooting profile to another desired one. In our case, we want to transform it into Cineon, the digital version of a film scan. To do this, we have to set our input color space and gamma in order to match our footage's shooting profile. As output color space, we choose Rec 709, and as output gamma, we select Cineon Film Log. Under Tone Mapping method, we select DaVinci, and under Gamut Mapping method, Saturation Compression. This helps keeping values within legal ranges. Let's also uncheck Use White Point Adaptation. After the CST, let's apply a LUT, a film print emulation. This is a digital analog of what would be done in a film lab when printing. Double-click the node, then under LUT, let's choose Film Looks. Then Rec 709 2383 Kodak D55. As you can see, the look is now intense, a bit crushed. We will have to adjust our footage in order for it to be properly set to enter these 2 final transformations. So we will do it before these nodes. In the first node, we will adjust the exposure. We can do it with the offset, moving the entire luminosity range of the image up, but in this case it will crush our highlights too much. I intentionally chose a very contrasty image, so I'd rather reduce the contrast, which will simultaneously lower the highlights and lift the shadows a bit. By sliding the pivot, we will adjust the midpoint. Then let's fix our white balance to make it look more natural. At the moment it feels too bluish, too cool for me, so I'd warm it up a bit from the temperature slider. Tint instead moves the image from green to magenta, and vice versa, but in this case I wouldn't touch it as I'm already satisfied. Now it's time to add saturation. I'll do it from the color boost, which will saturate only the least saturated part of the image, making it look more homogeneous. I'd also like to add density, which is a kind of filmic saturation. Instead of digitally saturating colors, it makes them darker, as they would actually behave on physical film. So under the color slice, I will move the density slider. Colors are now darker. This means I will have to lift the shadows a bit to balance the image again. I'm also seeing that the highlights are still too bright, so I want to lower them. I could do this from the gain wheel, but I prefer it this time to do it from the highlights slider. I'll move it down, and this way it will also sharpen them a bit. Maybe I could also increase the gamma to affect the midtones and open them. The image now looks cinematic already. There is good color contrast and a nice filmic vibe. Anyway, I can see a bit of a blue cast on the shadows, as it's typical of Da Vinci's field print emulation. So we add another serial node, this time at the end, because we want to affect how the footage comes out of the LUT. To correct this, we go again under the color wheels, but this time under the log section. Here we can affect only specific sections of the brightness curve of the image, in this case the lowest section. Do not drag the rest down or up. We could simply lower it from the shadows wheel, but as I said, I want to also remove the blue cast, so I will lower it by moving negatively the specific blue slider under the shadows wheel, and a bit of the green too. Now it looks more balanced. It has a proper neutral breakpoint. And this is it. I hope it will help you color grade your footage better and enjoy the process. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions.